Hello, and welcome to Front Row Vendors Podcast. I am your host, Autumn, and I've got this beautiful lady, Amanda, who is the owner of, she's laughing right now, who is the owner of Walnut Hill. And, actually, Walnut Hill is located on 400 acres of undeveloped land with barns and outbuildings. And I could actually go further into this introduction with a ton more information, but I feel like we can just get right on into it and have Amanda introduce herself and give us her background. Hi, Amanda.
Hi.
Yeah, so tell everybody who you are.
So I'm Amanda, and I'm the owner of Walnut Hill and kind of handle all of the operations, which is a lot, but it's really fun. And it is just our family property that we have turned into a wedding venue this last year. So it's been really, all my favorite childhood memories happened on this property. I had all my birthdays out there in the summer. We've had holidays out there. We lived out there in the summers and would have, vegetable gardens and things like that. I'd go picking blackberries down the street. And now we've really just transformed the property, added a pavilion for weddings, and it's fun to share that with other people. I love giving tours because I get to share my family history with them. So it's kind of part of how it all came about. My dad just thought it'd be a cool idea.
Wow.
And we did it. So before that, I worked in luxury customer service a lot. I worked at the Umstead was my first job.
Wow.
Which was awesome. A lot of good perks at the Umstead. Worked there. I worked in reservations, and that was such a fun job. Everyone who works there, it's a family environment. Because you're all really working together to help guests and give them the best experience. So that has really helped me now. After that, then I worked at Bailey's Fine Jewelry. I worked in the Cameron Village store, which is the largest one. And I absolutely loved working there. It was really fun to work for a family-owned business, since now I run a family-owned business, and to see how involved they still were. I mean, they have established themselves as like the best jewelry store in town.
Right.
But they're still in the store like all the time. You will see the Baileys in there all the time. I still run into them when I go in there and get to say hi to them. And they are the sweetest, nicest family you could ever meet. And I absolutely loved working for them. And it was a blast. I mean, I got to play with jewelry all day.
Right. What woman would not
I
love
mean,
that?
it was a really fun job. And then after that, I worked at Party Reflections. So they do rentals. So they do the rentals for all your wedding linens and everything like that. And we use them now at Walnut Hill. And it's been really fun to continue that relationship with them. Because again, we really grew into a family. All the girls in the front office, we always grew really close. And I still get to see them and talk with them. And the manager, like Joey, like I can call him. I have his cell phone still saved, so I can call him and make him come do stuff for me. It's great.
You've basically almost been in wedding industry just without you even knowing it, from like Bailey.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything has certainly related a lot to the wedding industry, which is very, very helpful. There was just a ton to learn this first year still.
Right.
We just got more popular than I expected the first year. I thought it'd be kind of slow, and it was not.
Not when you have a gorgeous venue like that.
But yeah, so the first year, my dad and I were like, it'd be really cool if we did 15 weddings. Like, that'd be awesome.
We're laughing because we both know that that was definitely not what happened.
It did
probably.
not. That is not what happened. No, we had a lot more, which is a great problem to have, but they started building the main pavilion area when I had like a 6-month-old baby.
Oh, crap.
So just like first time mom, new baby, new business, go for it. So I was like sleep deprived, Googling like how to write a contract and like how to build a website and all this stuff, because I pretty much did most of it on my own.
Wow.
I was really fortunate to have a lot of help though, and kindness from other venue owners, and I still do. There's so many other venue owners that reach out to me and give me advice, and if I have a problem I can reach out to them and they'll help me out. which has just been completely invaluable.
Yeah, that's what Southern hospitality is, man.
Yeah, it
Everybody wants
really,
to help everybody.
exactly. It really is a community over competition, even with people that should be your direct competition. But it's not. And it's just really nice. And it's been, I don't know what I would have done without some of them.
Oh,
They helped me out a ton. So yeah, but yeah, it was a crazy first year and a lot of learning while trying to juggle being a mom and a wife, and having your first kid is kind of crazy. You don't know what you're doing with that either. So
right.
I Googled a lot of stuff.
Was there a wedding in the first year that you feel like was the one that sealed the deal, that this was like what you were meant to be doing?
Our There's a couple, the first couple to ever book with us, Sarah and Max. Um, they really took a leap of faith on us, because when they toured the venue, I mean, it was, the landscaping was torn up, the building was not done. I mean, we were under construction. So they really took a leap of faith. I even wrote into their contract, they asked if I could write in that they were allowed to cancel
Oh,
if they hated it when it all finished. So they were really special to me, because they took such a shot on us when I was like, I don't know if this is going to work out. Maybe this business will
wow.
fail. I don't know. And they really, yeah, took a leap of faith with me. And they lived in Charlotte. So whenever they would come into town, I would show them around. They could see the updates and things like that. And luckily, they were always happy with the updates. They didn't cancel. And their wedding came around, and it was just the most beautiful day. They had a May wedding. They were the nicest, sweetest couple. And to see all the hard work we and them and their team had done from the beginning, and how it kind of finished at the end, it was just a real full circle moment for me. And it was amazing.
Oh man.
And they were the sweetest. I love them. I still stalk all my couples on Instagram. So what
That's
are they?
awesome.
It's weird. You become so close with these couples planning
Right.
their wedding, and you're part of their wedding day, and then you don't really see them again, but you're gotten to know their parents and them and all that kind of stuff. And then you kind of miss them.
Oh, I bet.
So I always love to kind of check up on my couples and see what they're doing and what's going on in life. It's fun to still get to connect with people that way.
And then there are some that actually want to have the connection still with the vendors, because you guys develop a really true, honest relationship, which is always great.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's fun in Raleigh. You still run into people all the time. So
Yeah, it's small.
it's a huge town, but it's so small. I've lived here all
Right.
my life.
Is there a certain part of the wedding that you consider to be one of your favorite moments?
Oh gosh. That's so hard. There's so many. I mean, I love when the groom sees the bride for the first time, whether
Right.
it's the first look or when he's walking down the aisle. That's always really special. Um, I love a first look. It's become really popular recently. I love it. My husband and I didn't do it. We got married 7 years ago. No one really did it, to my
Right.
knowledge. But it's become really popular, and I really love the couple gets this really special, intimate moment before all these other people are around. And it's really, really nice. They get a moment to connect and talk about they're so excited, or else you're just standing up there in front of a million people, and you're probably
Right.
nervous, and you don't get to see each other and kind of talk until after. So I really love a first look. I think it's really sweet, and I think it's nice to have that moment. I had one couple, and they wrote each other letters and read it during it, and it was really, really cute. So I'm a big fan, but I like the traditional too. So it's really hard.
No,
Then you
I
get
am.
those photos with the groom at the end of the aisle, tearing up, and you're like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so cute.
I think people bounce back and forth. A lot of brides
Yeah.
think that it's not the same thing when technically it is, but it isn't, because like you were saying, it's more intimate with the bride and groom when they're doing the first look.
It's really intimate. It's really nice, and they get a chance to talk.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of my brides have done it. They've been just really, really happy, but some really want that traditional moment. I had it, and I did love it. I was really nervous. And then I saw my husband at the end of the aisle through the church doors, and I was not nervous anymore. And
Oh,
that was really a special moment too. So it's totally personal preference, and you can't go wrong. So
right. No, that's true.
But yeah, that's one of my favorite moments. And then I always cheer up at like the daddy-daughter dance.
Oh my God, me too.
Yeah.
I feel like such a sap. It's like one of those moments in the movies where you do the ugly cry. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Mine. And I feel like I've seen so many, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
I'm like, I'm fine.
So when a couple books with you guys, what do you provide for the couples?
Yeah, so you kind of get the whole property for the whole day. We don't have more than one event going on, and we definitely don't have more than one wedding. So we have our estate house that's great for everyone to get ready in. There's a separate space for the groom and for the bride and everyone to get ready in, which is really nice because the girls always get there at like crack of dawn.
Right. Makeup, hair. Yeah.
And the guys roll in at like 2. So they get a smaller space. But it's a nice big room for them with a TV and a bathroom, and that's all they really need.
Exactly.
And so they get that to get ready in. It's nice they're on the property. I would say 95% of our couples get married on property and have the reception there. We don't have a lot of ceremonies off property. So we have a lot of different outdoor ceremony locations, which are really nice.
They're beautiful, by the way.
So they're really fun. The tree is hugely popular. We have this huge 300-year-old, it's an Osage orange tree, and it just makes a really cool backdrop. And then we have a really pretty lake, and we're building a new ceremony site on that as well right now.
Oh, what is it? Can you tell us what it's going to be?
It's going to be like a big covered patio. So it'll have like a real floor and covered so it could sit 200 people for the ceremony easily. So it's a great option if it's like, it's a great option if you just want the lake in the background, but also if it's like a really sunny summer day and you want to give your guests some shade, and they'll have some fans in it. And then also if there's like a threat of rain and you don't want to stress about it, then we can do it there and you kind of have a covering.
Man, and then you also have what else is out there on the lake?
Yeah, so then we also have our pavilion for the reception. So it can sit up to 200 pretty much for sit down dinner. And it's really fun. So one of the walls that faces the lake, it has these sliding barn doors, so the whole wall can open up.
Nice.
It's really cool.
Man.
But if it's a hot day or a cold day, we have heating and AC.
That's always good.
Yeah, we're in North Carolina. We have the weirdest weather.
All right.
So you kind of got to be able to be prepared for anything. But that's a really nice space. It's got bathrooms in it, men's and women's, catering space, and kind of everything you just need for your reception. And then we also provide the table, chairs, and linens as well for the wedding.
Oh, that's awesome. Is there like a certain couple or a certain vibe with a couple that tends to book with you guys?
We definitely have a rustic farm vibe. It was a working farm, so you have to kind of want the farm look, We had to build a pavilion that kind of had a barn look to it because I'm surrounded by barns. I couldn't stick a modern building out there. It'd look ridiculous. So just people that like that, and anyone who really likes to be surrounded by nature, because we are on a big piece of land, which is really nice. Yeah.
Huge piece of land.
Yeah. So yeah, we're on our main piece of property that's like got the manicured landscaping and everything. It's about 15 acres. And then we own about 400 acres surrounding it of kind of more raw land. So it's really fun. And then we have like yurts and stuff. We've got Yeah, my dad just likes to build stuff. So.
Oh my God.
Just keep building and building and building. Who knows what we'll have in like 5 years. Yeah, so
you'll have your own city.
It's for real. Yeah. It's fun. We've had groomsmen stay out there the night before for things like that. And they're air conditioned and heated, so they're a little, better than just a tent and stuff. And they've got real beds and everything. But yeah, they're just kind of like a tent cabin hybrid is what I describe them to people that aren't familiar with a yurt, which I wasn't until we built one. I think
it is isn't it considered like the glamping or?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely kind of like glamping because you're not just in a tent, you've got actual like heating, AC, a bed, and there's like, coffee maker. But you're not in like a full cabin. So,
right.
Yeah. but it's really fun, and they have fun out there. You can go fishing, and it's really pretty, and it's kind of secluded. And then we've just had people go back there to take engagement photos, because it's, if you want more of the like woodsy vibe, you can get that out there.
Wow. I mean, has anybody ever done elopements out there?
No, not yet. I'm too busy with the wedding.
God, that would be perfect for an
It would
elopement.
be really fun. Yeah. So we're kind of developing it right now and just seeing what we're gonna do with it. Like, people keep asking me if I'm doing corporate events and all these things, and I'm like, I've got 45 weddings next year. I can't wrap my head around extra right now.
Wow. You mean, is it 45 this year or actually 45 for 21?
45 for 2020.
Wow.
So, and I only wanted to do 45, so we've actually closed booking for 2020.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how far in advance?
I've got a new baby coming, so I'm like, that's good.
And how far advanced should couples book with you guys?
It depends on what month you want. A year is a very good benchmark. However, if you want like October, I would go as much as a year and a half in advance.
Yeah.
Or if you're very specific on a date, if your dating anniversary happens to fall on a Saturday and that's the only date you want to get married, and you find a venue you like, you need to lock it in, because you never know what could happen. If you're flexible on your date, anytime in April or May, then you're a lot better off.
Right.
So it just kind of depends. But October is the most popular month. Or if any of those special dates like this year, 10-10-20.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a big one.
It's gone. I don't know anyone who has it. I get like 5 inquiries a day about it, and I have to tell them we're booked. If there's some kind of date like that that's floating around that year that you want, you make a move fast. And I suggest that for whatever venue you're looking at, whether it's us or someone else. Like, if there's one of those dates that is going to be popular, then
grab it.
And you find a venue that you like and they have it, you just need to get it. In 2 weeks, it could be gone.
Exactly.
Yeah, but October is really, really popular. Those fall months, the Saturdays book up really, really, really fast. So it's good to do over a year in advance for those. If you're looking at like July in North Carolina is not going to be as busy. You could book that 9 months out, 8 months.
Oh,
and
okay.
anything less than that, I'm getting nervous. You're going to have time to plan your wedding.
Oh, right. I've actually had brides who have planned their weddings within 3 months, and they were like, the stress was insane. I don't even want to know how that felt.
Yeah, if you're doing something like that, then you need to look for an all-inclusive venue. Those are great if you have a short engagement time for whatever reason. Those really are perfect for
right.
it. Because they take care of so much of the planning for you. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to go attend tastings and all this other stuff. If you don't have a lot of time, finding an all-inclusive venue is definitely going to alleviate a ton of stress. Or just an amazing coordinator that can help plan it.
That's always a plus. Yeah. Oh yeah. So describe us like your most like creative or your funnest wedding that you've ever done.
Ooh. Oh, that's hard. So like the most fun, and it was just because the bride and groom and their friends, they just loved to party. Like, that dance floor was killer. It was the Kramer wedding, and they were in the hospitality industry, so they were all in restaurants and stuff. So all their friends loved to like go out, and they were just so fun. And they were the nicest couple ever, and I loved her mom. They were so fun. It was a really, really fun night, and everyone just had a blast. Yeah, they were just fun. Everyone there wanted to have fun and wanted to dance, and everyone was on the dance floor, and that just makes it a really fun party and a fun night. Probably most creative, we had one bride who like races jet skis.
What?
Yeah. Which is really cool. And they actually had like 2 jet skis at the ceremony, like up. It was really cool.
Did they race off on them?
I don't think I've ever, they did it facing the lake, but the jet skis are actually like on the land, kind of by where everyone's sitting. So that's definitely something you don't see
Different.
a lot. So that was really, yeah, cool and interesting.
Oh, I bet.
And I just thought that was, I also think that's like the coolest like hobby to have. Like, okay.
She's a badass, probably.
I know. I was like, that's amazing. I would die. I love it.
Do you guys offer any other vendors on on the property?
So we have a venue manager. We supply as staff. But other than that, like you kind of get to pick your own. We have a
Awesome.
preferred list for a few categories because I learned that they're kind of necessary.
Oh yeah.
So we have a preferred list for our coordinators, caterers, bar service, and DJ and music. And then after that, we just have kind of what I call an approved list. There are people I've worked with. I know they're great in all the other categories, but you can go off of it.
Oh, perfect. Is there a cutoff time for noise ordinance?
Yes, 11. So
Ooh,
we have all of our weddings wrapped by 11.
because
So
usually it's 10.
yeah, ours is 11. Yeah.
That's
We're outside.
fantastic.
We're in Raleigh, but we're outside Raleigh city limits.
That is good to know. More partying at your place.
Yeah, yeah. So we can let people go till 11. Um, and then we have cleanup done for all the staff by 12 so everyone can get home and sleep.
Heck yeah. So, like, what would be something that it makes you different from all the other venues?
I just think the fact that we are family owned makes us a little
Right.
bit different. You'll see my dad out there all the time working on
Oh,
something, and me or my brother, pretty much any member of my family, you can probably find on the property at some point or another. And because we've owned it and it's been part of our family, we just have a lot of pride in it and a lot of love for it. And we just care about it a lot. Like, I feel like we go out of our way to make sure that everything's going right. And if there's an issue, like, we will make sure to fix it.
man. Well, speaking of going out of your way, what was like a really good time you can recall that because I know you probably go above and beyond for all your couples, but what was one that sticks out in your head that you really went above and beyond?
Well, so there's this one wedding, and I didn't mind doing it because it was really fun. But I definitely feel like I helped out more than maybe like usual venue owner would. It was for Megan and Michael's wedding, who's the sweetest couple ever, and I love them. You can rent the property for the entire weekend if you want to. And you can,
Wow.
set up on Friday. You could do your rehearsal dinner out there, and you can actually spend the night in the house. So they rent it for the weekend, and they were out there Friday just setting up a bunch of stuff. Her dad is super handy, and he like made a ton of stuff. They're just kind of putting it together, and I was just out there helping, like doing a floral installation with them for a couple hours and things like that. But it was really fun, and they were so sweet and so nice that I really didn't mind. I was like, you guys, your dad can adopt me. He was adorable. I loved him. He was so nice. Um,
Oh,
so that was something, and it was just really, really fun. But in general, we've gone out there and power washed things down, and oh gosh, like in the fall, there's just so many trees. The leaves are falling
oh, right.
constantly. Like we have landscapers come out, but 2 hours later they're like back again. So my dad's out there like leaf blowing like right before everyone gets there and stuff.
Oh, that's
Like
awesome.
that. Um, yeah, it's just been fun. Whenever I'm out there, I don't like to sit around. So if caterers are setting the tables, I usually just start setting the tables too and ask them if I can do it and help, or else I'm just standing there. It's weird.
That's really awesome, though. That's so good. What was like, well, actually, let me ask you this. Give us like a good fun fact about Amanda.
Oh God. I'm not fun anymore. I have a 2-year-old.
Maybe in the past, like for instance, because I'll even give one for me. I tried out for American Idol like way back when it was really, really popular. So something like that.
That's cool. I would not have the nerve to do that. I am an introvert
Well, so am
in
I.
every way. Um, I met my husband online. That was kind
Oh,
of, but 7 years ago, it wasn't as popular as now. Everyone kind of does it now.
which one is it?
We met on Match.com.
Oh, awesome.
It
So,
was the more legit one.
so it
Totally.
really did work out then.
Yeah, it did.
Awesome.
It definitely worked out. And I've been to 3 colleges. I did a little tour.
Oh,
Tour.
wow. Which ones did you go to?
So when I graduated from high school, I went to Broughton, and then I went to College of Charleston, which is where
Wow.
my mom went as well, and it was really fun. And then I transferred back to Raleigh and went to State for a boy. Shocking.
Oh my.
I'll give all the girls listening a little, maybe not a great idea to get engaged at 19. Just a
No,
hint.
definitely not.
um, Shockingly, that didn't work out. And then I transferred to Meredith College, and that's where I graduated from.
Oh,
I just
awesome.
liked it a little bit better. It was a little smaller. State was really big. It felt a lot like my high school. A lot of people from Broughton go to State, so it was kind of nice. I really liked Meredith, and I had a great time there.
Wow, man, I did. That's really cool. I
So
love
yeah,
that.
I did a little tour. My husband always teases me about it.
Is there anything besides, like you were saying, the new building over by the lake? Is there anything new coming for Walnut Hill?
That is the main thing for right now. We hopefully will be done with construction for a while. We've just got a
Don't
lot
blame
of
you.
weddings coming up. Yeah. I redid our website, so that'll be launching pretty soon.
Ooh, because your website's already awesome.
I redid it. Yeah, I built that one sleep deprived. So,
You built that?
well, I mean, I use Wix. I built it.
Oh, I didn't even. I would not have thought that was Wix. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So the new one I'm excited about. It's just a little bit more streamlined. I think it's nice. And I updated the photos. All my photographer friends keep yelling at me to update our photos. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
time. So I'm excited about that. And oh, and we're just hiring some more staff soon, which will be nice for me.
ooh,
So many weddings coming up this year. It'll be nice to
yeah,
bring some more
45
people
weddings.
on board the team. Yeah, yeah. It's right now. It's like me and my one venue manager, Jacqueline. And
Oh, man, you two take on a lot then.
yeah, so she's really kept my sanity this past year. But it'll be nice to have at least one more venue manager and a couple of their staff members.
Good.
That's why our Instagram doesn't get updated. Sorry, people.
It's all good. So, what would you feel like is like a really good, solid piece of advice for a couple who is planning their wedding?
Read your contracts
Ooh, that's a good one. Why is that?
because nobody does.
Valid.
um, there's a lot of stuff in your contract, a lot of do's and don'ts in all of your vendor contracts. You need to make sure when you can get out of a contract, if things aren't working out, what's the penalty, what's your cutoff time to get out of it. I recently had a bride email me saying that she already had a venue, but she wanted to find a new venue because she wasn't happy. um, and her wedding date was 10/10/20, which I told her we were booked, but also that's less than a year out. So the odds of them having some kind of penalty for her canceling at this point,
Right.
probably. And you need to know what they should be doing for you. Make sure that all of your vendors are holding up their half of the bargain as well, not just you. I mean, there's, especially for venues, we have a lot of you can't do this just
Right.
because it's a lot of property that could be damaged. So you need to know those rules. And then for all the other venues, I think it's really important to make sure you know that you're getting what you want. What
Yeah.
is the coordinator supposed to be doing for you? And just making sure everything's right and reading over it is really important, because there's a reason that as vendors we make contracts. So you just need to make sure everyone's abiding by them is really important. And then my other piece of advice is to get a good coordinator.
I have, oh my God, this is, I think, probably
Like that's everyone's advice, but
it's almost
so
everyone.
important.
I
It
mean,
is.
coordinators are going to skyrocket next year.
I mean, it is so well, and that's the thing. Like, there are some very good coordinators out there. There's some amazing ones. And then there's some that are just starting out. And the job of a coordinator, I feel like, is a very learned skill.
Hmm. Yep.
So just be aware if you're getting someone who's new that, I don't know, just depends what kind of work you need done. If you really don't need that much and you just need them there on the day to run things, then you might be fine. But getting someone who has a lot of experience is really important, because they really keep your day, they stop the problems before they happen. That's like the
Yes.
biggest thing a coordinator does. they're not just fixing them when they happen, which they do that as well. I've seen
Right.
them sewing up veils, sewing up dresses that ripped, running out and getting things that were forgotten. Like they do so much to save your wedding, but also before that, they catch the mistakes before your wedding day happens.
Yep.
And they only know what kind of mistakes are going to happen because they've seen it happen.
Right.
So the more experience a coordinator has, the better. If you can't find a website or reviews,
It's a red flag, maybe.
It's a red flag. It's a big red flag. Whenever I've had people ask me if they could use certain coordinators, if I Google and I can't find anything, that to me is a red flag.
Right.
That I might not be able to approve them, because if I can't find any reviews on you, or I only see reviews for the last like 3 months, things
Right.
like that are to be like, to think about.
I've told a lot of brides that, when there's not one perfect wedding, however, a wedding can look absolutely perfect if the team that they hire is
Yeah.
on point. And like you said, they put out the fire before they detect the smell of smoke.
Yeah.
So
Something always goes wrong with every wedding,
yep.
whether it's something tiny or something big. But the good coordinators make sure you never find out about it.
Amen.
And the good venues, I mean, that's like, I've had issues and we fix it before anyone knows about it.
Right.
And that is what you want your coordinator to do and your venue manager to do. If we don't have to bother the bride, I'm not bothering her. I'm not telling her there's an issue.
Right.
Unless like the building's going to collapse. I'm not going to tell her, and I'll fix it before it becomes a problem. And that's what your coordinator is really going to do as well. So it just makes you calm on your wedding day and you get to enjoy it. And your mom gets to enjoy it. I've had so many people where they're like, oh, my mom could do it. I'm like, she really can't.
Right.
If she does it, she's not going to be able to get ready. She's not going to be able to hang out with you. She's not going to be able to enjoy this big day in her daughter's life or her son's life, because she's going to be stressed and worrying.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of little details that just, if you're not in the wedding industry, you're not going to know about as well.
Right.
And there are things I didn't know about until this last year. And there's still things I'm sure I don't know. I've learned a lot, but you're always learning. That's why getting a really skilled and seasoned coordinator, I think, is so important.
Yep, I agree. Totally.
They really
100.
pay for themselves, trust me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%. How can couples find you? I know you have like this beautiful website and then your IG handle.
Yeah, so our website's just walnuthillnc.com, and our Instagram is also walnuthillnc. So kind of kept it all together as much as I could, made it easy for people.
Awesome.
And we're on Wedding Wire and The Knot. And yeah, just you can always email me at info@walnuthillnc.com.
Awesome.
Email, don't call me.
And she responds like quick. So
I respond quick to email. My ideal couple prefers email to phone call.
But what's great about that is that I know and a lot of couples do like the phone calls, but if you keep it in email, you do remember what the conversation was about and everything. So
Yes, it is really nice to always have a reference.
Yes.
My main thing is, like I've said throughout this interview, I have a 2-year-old. He's only in daycare part-time. So the days he's in daycare, I'm usually full of meetings and tours, so I can't really call you. And then the days he's not in daycare, I definitely can't call.
He's latched on you.
He is running around and screaming and like latched onto me and will steal the phone out of my hand. So our voicemail for Walnut Hill even says, please email.
Awesome.
And if you want our pricing list, it is really the easiest because it's a PDF. And that way I have your email and I can send it to you. So you call me and I just have to call you back to get your email, So
That's
it kind of cuts out a step. So yeah, emails, I'm very quick with email because I can do it at 1 a.m. when my kid's asleep.
Right. Right. That's awesome.
And get some work. That's when I do a lot. All my brides, one of my brides is teasing me. She's like, you always email me back at like 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, yes.
That's the only time I'm awake or asleep or
Like,
yeah.
That's when I have time to work often. So it's either like 1:30 a.m. or like middle of the afternoon when my kid's napping. That's like
Prime time.
Yeah, exactly. So emails are just the best invention. I also have like social anxiety, so I hate calling people in general. So.
Oh no. Well, seriously, thank you so much, Amanda, for coming on here. You are awesome. I could not stop laughing. You're just like this most goofiest, prettiest lady ever. And I hope that I get to actually come up there and shoot a wedding there or something.
Yes.
That would be amazing. So, but thank you again for coming on.